Hello, Aquarius. This message is for June 2026. And we're basically just going to ask what it is that you need to know the most. Okay. What do we have for Aquarius? We start out with the Magician. So the Magician creates his own magic. He's the manifester of the tarot. And here on his table, he has a cup, a sword, a pentacle, and a wand, which is all the four suits of the tarot, which is telling you that you have everything that you need right in front of you to create whatever it is that you want. So I love the Magician. Let's get some more. Okay, we have the Empress, and we have the Five of Cups. And I'm putting the Five of Cups in the middle here because he fell out first. I don't really, it's not like past, present, future, but I do first, second, third. Just, anyway, it makes sense in my head. So we have the Five of Cups, and that's basically crying over spilled milk. So he's got 3 cups here that have spilled, and he is looking at them. It's about grief. It's about being sad over what you've lost. But if he were to turn around, he would see that he's got 2 cups on the other side here that are still standing. And if he were to turn around and see these 2 cups still full, and then there's a bridge back here that leads to a castle. So basically he needs to quit crying over the spilled milk. It's gone. And he needs to focus on what he still has. And then in the end here you have the Empress. And the Empress it's being in receiving mode. She's the mother of the tarot. She knows what she deserves. Sitting pretty here in your throne. I don't know if this is focusing or not. I wonder if it focuses if I hide my face. Anyways, so that is about self-care, knowing what you want and getting it, letting others help you. So let me clarify. I'm going to clarify the Magician first. We have the King of Cups. So now you are, you may be the King of Cups. This may just be you. Man or woman, it doesn't really matter. The King of Cups is somebody who is very emotionally secure. There is choppy waters all around him, and he is sitting solid in the middle in his stone throne. So all of the stress and drama around him it's not affecting him. He's stable there. We have the Devil, and we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. So the Devil talks about something that the positive end of the Devil is that he brings pleasure, right? But it could be too much of a good thing, could be a bad thing. But we're talking about the Magician here, and the Magician is creating the life you need. So I feel like when you're creating this life, when you're manifesting these things that you want, you're going to manifest emotional security. You're going to manifest something that brings you pleasure. And then you've got the Three of Pentacles, which is teamwork. So this may be something that you're creating with others. Maybe like a business. Whatever it is, it brings you a lot of pleasure with the Devil. I don't see the Devil as a negative thing here. Something maybe had to end for this to happen. This could be following the ending of something. We've got the Ten of Swords, which is something being dead, done, and over with. But in this case, that's already happened. And then you have the Lovers. I think that you're creating something that you love to do. Possibly starting your own business. Okay, I'm going to move on for now to the Five of Cups. Now that is grieving the loss of something. You've got the Hermit. The Hermit goes on a journey, and these 2 cards, he's kind of standing the same. The Hermit and the guy in the Five of Cups, they're kind of standing the same. They both have the long robe. I feel like the loss of whatever this was has maybe caused you to retreat, like go within, spend a lot of time alone. You've maybe been, yeah, just like a hermit recently. We have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is conflict, but I think in this case, it's more like inner conflict. So I feel like you've been kind of keeping to yourself, maybe even pushing people away. Another card of conflict. Okay. I feel like maybe, because like I said, I do first, second, third. So this has happened first. So you started your own something. You started your own, maybe even relationship. It could be different for everybody because this is a general reading. So it may not be the same for everyone. But you started something new that you created. And it brought you pleasure. And it was working with a team of some kind, or someone else was helping you. But something had to end. Maybe this working on this thing had caused a relationship to end. Maybe it was just too much, you know. Whatever the case may be, here we are now grieving that ending. And you've got two different cards of battle. This one is the Five of Wands, and that is just not seeing eye to eye. That's like bickering. But then the Five of Swords is more of like backstabbing battle. You've got keeping to yourself with the Hermit, and then you've got the Seven of Swords, which is kind of like lies and deception. It's not doing things the right way. I want one more. And the Eight of Wands, and I feel like all of this happened really fast. But then in the third position here, you have the Empress, which is good. You're sitting pretty now. Let's find out more about the Empress. The Nine of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and the Fool. Okay. So all of this battle, this fighting, this bickering, whatever, grieving, this was like a hard time I feel like you went through, or you're currently in. It's caused a lot of anxiety. It caused you to not be able to sleep. You sat up at night thinking about it, and you still do think about it, right? But at the same time, you're defending yourself. You're standing up for what you believe in. This is defending your title. And the Fool is taking a leap of faith. Let's see, what are you taking a leap of faith towards? Your wish fulfillment. You've got the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. So the message here, I think, is to not be so hard on yourself. I think that you're blaming yourself for some things that went wrong. And with the Empress, you need some self-care and some self-love for sure. Yeah. And the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is telling you to do what you want to do. Do what makes you happy. The King knows what he wants, and he stops at nothing to get it. So I do think that that's your message here. I feel like you're being hard on yourself because something that you started maybe caused other things to fall apart. But you have to look after yourself in this situation. All right, I'm going to get a Moonology Oracle card for you, and then we will close this reading. All right, the answers you need are coming. I like that. Full Moon in Gemini. I'm going to read from the book for that. Full Moon in Gemini. This card is a reminder that it's important to speak your truth, but remember that your words have consequences and impact your listener. Right now, you need to guard against indiscretion. The answers you need may well come soon. The issue you're facing could well be one or a few conversations away from being resolved. If you're inquiring about a love situation, a little flirting may be called for. If you're in the middle of an argument, which is what it looks like to me, to be honest, if you're in the middle of an argument, this card comes to you as a reminder of the old, very non-Gemini message. Least said, soonest mended. It's good to talk about. It's good. Okay, let me read right. It's good to talk, but be careful you aren't causing yourself any issues with your words. Words have enormous power. Your word is your wand. You create magic like the magician. You create magic and your own reality every time you express yourself. It says have an important conversation, but stay calm. Okay, so I'm going to leave this here. I hope this helped. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.